This is the hardest thing I have ever done.
Where are we? Yeah, baby!
So I just landed in this new country with a group of people that I had never met before, but I'm feeling very hopeful. Everything's really pretty, and it's Easter weekend, and they have a bunch of festivities, so we really get to immerse ourselves into the culture very quickly. But unfortunately, that hopefulness and excitement did not last very long. Okay, second day, good morning. So apparently Guatemala has some of the most intense mountain biking, and we're about to go do that. I have never mountain biked before.
It's hard.
Okay, let me explain. I know how to ride a bike, okay? And another thing is that I'm 4'9", and so the problem with this mountain bike situation was that all of the bikes were too tall for me. Every time I slowed down or I had to stop, I just had to throw myself off the bike, and even starting was a problem.
I'm so bad at this.
But I'm really stubborn, so I just kept going, and we start going uphill to go to these trails, and it starts being really hot, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Base camp and wait until we go to the truck.
Paola, it's okay.
The water? It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, we go back.
There's no way to say this without sounding lame, but pretty much I started having this asthma attack because of the heat, and I was just so frustrated, and I guess I was really dehydrated and I hadn't even noticed. And so I had to go back to base camp, and I just felt like a loser, and I had just cried in front of this group of people that I had just met. And so I was like, bro, this is so embarrassing. But then the amazing people who were taking care of us for the week, they took me up to the top of the mountain all by myself. And when I got to the top, I was literally above the clouds. And it was truly a moment where I was like, wow, when one door closes, the other one does open. But although I was glad I got to see the awesome views, I was still really embarrassed and was just really hoping to bond with the group when they came back.
Let's see yours.
Honestly, I didn't fall that much. Just boom.
Just that.
I need stitches.
Then it was time to get ready for the next day because we were about to start our 2-day journey to the top of an active volcano. And once again, I was not prepared for what I had signed up for.
We're checking out of the hotel right now, and we're gonna hop on trucks to go to the volcano.
For the first time in a long time, I truly felt so lonely in this group of people, and it wasn't their fault at all. They were all super kind human beings, but there was just something where I just couldn't feel super comfortable. And I keep battling, trying really hard to be their friends while also just being like, you know what, maybe that's not gonna work, and just focus on the trip itself and the activities that you're doing. But I love winning people over. I don't know what to say. It's a very human emotion, okay? But anyways, the best thing happens because when we get to our little cabins that we're staying at overnight before our sunrise hike the next day, we find this dog, and I immediately befriended him. I hung out with him the whole night. He was so sweet, and I just hope that he's doing okay. We started our sunrise hike at 3 in the morning. It's still super cold because the sun isn't out and we're literally above the sky, on top of these mountains. But we start the hike and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine, just one step at a time or whatever, it's all good. Then I start getting farther and farther from the group.
This is the hardest thing I have ever done.
And so immediately I'm already like, why does this keep happening? Why can I not keep up with the rest of the group? I'm such a loser. Nobody wants to be my friend. I physically can't do this. And also, because of the altitude, I also couldn't breathe once again, which is a basic thing that you need to do. Just as I was about to give up, I just had this moment where I was like, you know what, bitch? You're in Guatemala on this volcano, and you are literally only a couple feet from being on the top of this active volcano. You better not give up. After the volcano, I was exhausted, I was covered in dirt, and I was honestly still considering leaving early. When we got back to our stay and I looked through my backpack, I opened a pocket I hadn't opened before, and there was a note that my girlfriend had left. And it was super sweet, but what really stuck out to me was when she said, "Someone loves you." And I know that I personally really needed to hear that in that moment, but I think everybody in the world needs to hear that. Life can be so hard. You can feel so lonely and embarrassed and stressed and anxious. And so yes, there are times where no matter what, you can prepare all you want, but life is going to throw things at you that you weren't prepared for. But eventually life moves on and you do feel happy and loved and all these wonderful things. And I definitely needed that reminder this year because I made a lot of changes career-wise and I had to believe in myself to do those things. And now at the end of the year, I'm in a different spot that I had not imagined I was going to be in at the beginning of the year, but I'm so glad and happy that I did. So just like I say in all my other videos, continue putting yourself out of your comfort zone, continue being human, and continue experiencing all the things that life has to offer.
Before we get out, Katie, share your message.
You only live once, money comes and goes, so if you're planning on doing a trip, do it, because you only get to experience things once, and you'll have those memories forever, but money comes and goes.
Thank you.